Hi everyone, welcome to my review of Alvin and the Chipmunks, directed by Tim Hill from 2007. So yes, we are back once again ready to discuss a film on the channel. This time around, we're talking about Alvin and the Chipmunks. This is a film that I saw again last week. I saw this quite a few times as a kid actually, and it's been many years since I saw this one. And wanted to share my thoughts today on this film. But first of all, there will be a spoiler warning for this discussion. If you haven't seen this film, I simply recommend seeing it first, and then come back to this video, and we can go from there. We can talk about this from the comments, and celebrate cinema as always. With all that said, let's discuss my thoughts on this film. And this is one I did have a really nice time, kind of rewatching and revisiting again this film. And as I say, it'd been many years since I saw this one. And the film that is just a nice, kind of cute family fun film. And I think obviously it's a film that kind of is based on these characters and these songs, of course, that were created in the 50s. 58 was the first kind of debut of the Chipmunks, and in that sense I do really like the song Christmas Don't Be Late, and just to see these actual chipmunks in the film kind of singing these songs, of course. And I think just the way as well it's done with the CGI blending with live action, I think it was well done actually. And I think the CGI in this film, this one is actually definitely really good and impressive. And I just really think there's a lot of charm to it, the way it's done visually throughout the film. And I just think the Chipmunks themselves, I think with Theodore, Simon and Alvin, I think they're just so cute in this film. And just the way they kind of interact with different characters. You've got David Cross, as the kind of main villain really of the film. And you've got kind of as well Jason Lee in the film as Dave. And there's really the two main characters in the film. And I do really enjoy Jason Lee in the film, as Dave, and I think as a protagonist he's just a really kind of enjoyable, kind of likeable and relatable character. And I think just the way at one point in the film he's struggling, of course, with his songwriting, and Ian, played by David Cross, is kind of dismissing him and telling him to kind of leave and all this, and his songs aren't good enough. And I think the way in which he then turns Dave to the Chipmunks, and they kind of team up really in that sense. And soon into the film, though, the secret really, of it being, chipmunks, these actual talking chipmunks, singing chipmunks, kind of the way in which, Ian kind of catches onto that, David Cross, and kind of exploits them really, and makes all this merchandise and everything out of them, and just makes them go on tour, and all this kind of stuff, and exploits these chipmunks, and it's just really funny in the way it's done, and really wacky in that sense as well. And I think just this kind of back and forth between Jason Lee and of course David Cross in the film, I thought was really well done. And I just think David Cross until pretty the final act, where I think things go a bit too far. Maybe it's a bit one-sided, and maybe a bit too far in that sense with the whole villain on the Chipmunks. I think until that it's just so enjoyable, and it's kind of this love to hate type of villain, and it's just so kind of charming at times, and just funny as well, entertaining, this villain. And I think the Chipmunks as well have this narrative where at first they're kind of taken in to the home of Dave, and they kind of live with him, and they become this family really. And it's just so well done. And at one point in the film Dave kind of he falls out with them, and they kind of go to live with Uncle Ian, and it's just so funny in the way it's done. It has actually got some touching moments as well, and it's just a really kind of cute film, this. And I think especially Theodore, of the three of them, of the Chipmunks, it's just so cute. And it's such a nice film, this, and really nice, just family film. And I think the voice acting as well of the Chipmunks, especially with Justin Long obviously as Alvin, the main chipmunk, of course. I think that was just so well done, and just really nice voice acting in this. And as I say, the way in which they blended the kind of live action and the CGI in this was really well done. And I think just in itself, the CGI of the Chipmunks, it's just really impressive, this, and it's really immersive the way it's done. And I think just really cute, and it's just some really hilarious moments in this, some nice slapstick in the film, and just how we first have the Chipmunks kind of trashing really Dave's house, the kitchen and all this kind of stuff. And just the way he first kind of meets these chipmunks, and there's kind of this friction at first, and then he does take them in. And just some really cute moments in the film with especially Theodore saying he's had nightmares, and he goes to sleep in Dave's bed, and it's just kind of wakes up Dave with Theodore over his face at one point. That was just so cute. And it's just really uplifting, this one. Very simple, very basic at times with the plot, I guess, but it was effective in the way it was done actually. And I think just with the characters and the acting to this film and the voice acting and just the music throughout, which I really enjoyed for the most part, and all these kind of visual moments. I think it is actually overall a solid film, this one, and I think it is. Yeah, it's a good film for me. I did really enjoy seeing this again. It's just a cute, lovable film at times, and it is very, very basic, very kind of bare bones, in the plot and the characters at times even. But I think there's something special about it that does elevate this, and it's so kind of cute, this one, and I think it is as a family film, it's just really effective, this one, and I think the final act, some moments that I'm not as big on. It's just what happens with especially David Cross's character of Ian, but I do enjoy this consistently, this one, and I think the opening as well is really nice, and just quite epic at times. This one, how the Chipmunks kind of rise to stardom, and that's just really well done, and all the montages, and as I say, the music throughout is really good, and I really enjoyed seeing this one again. It'd been over a decade since I last saw this one, and it's the one that I really enjoyed revisiting, and it's just a really, as I say, uplifting film, really nice and charming. This one, very warm, and just a nice family film. This, and really cute in places, obviously, and just these three chipmunks, and especially Theodore, just so cute and lovable, and I just really enjoyed seeing this film. It was a very nice film to watch. As a satire as well, I think it is a really effective piece here actually at times, and especially with David Cross, his character of Ian, I thought that was, for the most part, until some parts in the final act, I thought it was actually really well done, and quite authentic, and just really kind of balanced in the way it was done throughout the narrative, and just a balance of cute family fun, and some kind of interesting moments in the script, and themes that this film is simply exploring as well. So overall, my rating for this film is a 70%. I'll say a really solid score from me, and one that I just enjoyed watching again, as I say, and it's a nice, cute film. This really warm and just kind of nice to see. And I did find Jason Lee to be really enjoyable in this role of Dave, and I found it just to be a really likeable protagonist, and one where the bond between him and the three chipmunks, it's definitely well done, and I think the performance is definitely effective. And David Cross as well, in there, he was just so enjoyable, as I say, and just as this kind of wacky villain, really. And I think there's a couple of points, as I say, in the final act which maybe went a bit too far in this, but overall definitely really effective with that as well, and just this kind of throughout memorable, highly memorable villain here, and I think we have this kind of romance as well in the film with Dave and Claire, and that's not something I was huge on in the film really at all, but I guess even there was some nice moments with that, and here and there with the chipmunks mainly when they're involved, and definitely some situations that arise with Claire and Dave kind of just at his house, and the chipmunks kind of creating noise and stuff, and messing with the lights. That was a funny sequence, I guess, but it wasn't something I was huge on with that romance. It was a bit basic, and that's, some of the film is a bit basic and a bit kind of one note, but overall it's still despite all that, I think a really nice family fun film, and as I say, I had a really nice time rewatching this again, and it was just a really lovable, cute film at times, and these three chipmunks, and the voice acting once again, Justin Long, especially in this, was Alvin. That was just great stuff, and I think some really funny moments in this, and just a really warm, charming, family fun film. So that's my thoughts on this. What do you think on this film? Go to in the comments down below your thoughts on this, your experience with this film, and as I say, at some point I'll be watching in the next couple of months, kind of thing. The sequels to this, and talking about them on the channel as well at some point soon. So I look forward to that. But for now, let's discuss this film down below in the comments and celebrate cinema. So as always, take care and thanks for watching.